Get ready for the dictation. 5 seconds to go. Start. Honorable Deputy Speaker, Sir, I wish to express my sincere thanks and gratitude to our beloved leader for giving me the opportunity to speak on this very important issue. I would like to record here the anguish of the former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Dr. Amar Abdullah, about the nature of life in Kashmir. He said that in Kashmir, everyone has own house and no one sleeps in street like Delhi or any other city. There are no poor people in Kashmir. There are no slums in Kashmir. Everyone has wealth, but there is no peace and happiness. This is because of terrorism and extremism. Why do we find such a situation in Kashmir now? People are not happy. There is no peace. Every day there is clash between the people and the armed forces. Almost all the people who have died have been killed by our armed forces. In fact, our armed forces are there to save our borders and to attack our enemies, but unfortunately, our own people are killed. Why is this happening? We must go into the root cause of the problem. We must also observe the pattern of rights agitations in Kashmir. Right from independence, we have noticed that agitations and violence are not there all the time. Only when there is distress, the trouble starts. Only when there is a political mishandling, agitations comes up, and when the ultra nationalists make noises, it echoes in Jammu and Kashmir. During the previous NDA regime, there was peace in Jammu and Kashmir. That was because the then approach was conciliatory. Why we cannot maintain the same approach to maintain peace and harmony in the key question now? No doubt our armed forces must have special powers, but it is also important that the special powers so given are used only sparingly. That must be aimed at troubles fomented by our enemies. It is clear that it should not be used against our own people. The government must be alert with its intelligence agencies. The government should not lead itself to the brink of using arms against its own people, in which innocent people also die. The government must be able to differentiate between terrorist attack and street agitation. I am afraid our armed forces are trying to attack and treat our citizens also as enemies. Even after 70 years of independence, why do some sections of the society feel insecure? Why is there a pattern of ebb and flow in agitation that comes and goes in Kashmir? Unless the entire nation comes with an approach based on consensus to deal with the Kashmir issue, there cannot be a lasting solution. Our political approaches have also been of one upmanship. I am not blaming anyone in particular, but still we can read through the lines. Wrong political approaches drive some vexed people to extremism. Terrorism becomes a tool in the hands of extremist forces. Ours is a federal body polity. A federal spirit for wider consultation in handling issues is crucial and essential in a border state like Jammu and Kashmir. The center must hold dialogue with all stakeholders, whether in power or not, whether they are in politics or not. All the people concerned must be taken into confidence. Whether such confidence building measures have been uniformly taken is another important question. I am afraid there is a blue hot, blue cold approach. There is change in approach every now and then. There lies the problem. That is why extremism and terrorism brings up its ugly head every now and then. What is happening in Jammu and Kashmir is a matter of grave concern for Indian democracy and sovereignty. For national security, terrorism should be curbed. Kashmir is a part and parcel of our great nation, India. Now, sovereignty of India has been questioned due to certain elements creating law and order problems in the state. The state has now been plunged into curfew. It is the primary duty of the state government to maintain law and order. Also, the government at the center should come forward and take it as a priority measure to bring out special deployment packages for such terrorist stricken states, especially Kashmir, and bring out special employment openings for all the young minds. First, convenience them, give them proper employment, and transform their minds so that they become the law abiding citizens. For that, we have to educate them. Educating the youth and providing them proper employment should be the first priority. There should be a strong bilateral move to discourage Pakistan from interfering in the Kashmir issue. Just because of militant activities, innocent people are affected. Time and again, the central government talks a lot about the federal structure, but the situation is not so healthy. Many chief ministers, including the Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, has strongly objected to diluting the federal structure. They have raised serious concerns, especially regarding decentralization of power. Stop.